and right next to him, soon to have his number raised to the rafters of the barn. Next one going up there, Jordan Murphy. And Jordan, thanks so much for coming in here. Final Four weekend. What's this all been like for you?
It's been a whirlwind. I've been super busy. Obviously, I played in the All-Star, Reese's All-Star game, and I played in the 3-on-3 as well, and did a couple other events just to see the fans and interact with them. It's been pretty cool.
Henry, how crazy has this been? It's Minneapolis and the hosting of the Final Four.
It's been crazy. It's been a lot of busy nights for me, but it's been a lot of fun. Just going out on Nicollet Mall and seeing the Ferris wheel and seeing the Fan Fest set up and going to the hotels and talking to different coaches and trying to get the rumor mill going and stuff like that. And then going out to the Mall of America today to see the 3-on-3 championship and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun. And the games last night.
All right, are you surprised who's here? Are you surprised the two that have made it to the national championship? Virginia versus Texas Tech.
I'm not personally surprised. Both are really good teams. I was hoping Michigan State would win last night, but I'm not surprised at all. Texas Tech's in the position they're in. They're a really good team.
Henry?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all because once you got down to the Final Four, it's it's up for grabs. Anybody can win. But Texas Tech, the way that they played, like down the stretch, that was something to watch. The defense that they played with and how Culver was able to knock down shots at the end of the game because he hadn't done nothing the entire game. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But the biggest news around here concerning Gopher basketball, your former head coach. Now you can say that, getting 2 years added to his current contract, meaning he'll be with the Gophers for another 5 years. What have you seen behind the scenes with Coach Pitino? Something that we haven't seen that makes this program work, that's gotten to you where the point is now for this team?
I think it's his dedication to his craft and dedication to being such a good coach. I think that a lot of people take that for granted, and I think he doesn't. He really works hard at being a good head coach, and he does all the scouting, watches film till 2, 3 a.m. and just wants to be a great coach.
Really?
And so
he's always watching video like that?
Always watching film. Flights home. So when he gets home, always texts us like this is sends us clips of film and stuff like that. It's just he deserves everything he gets.
So your phone buzzes and it's 2:30 and you're like, really?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, does he ever sleep? Like, you really wonder if he ever sleeps, and that's just how hard he works.
And Henry, you look at what he's done here. Hasn't had all the success in the Big Ten that he's wanted, but he is making progress in your mind, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I think he's earned the contract extension. 2 out of the last 3 years going to the NCAA tournament. We need some more Jordan Murphys around here, to help the program move forward. But bottom line, he's done enough to earn the extension, and I think he's going to do well here in the next couple of years.
All right, you got to give us a little of your backstory though, because you were going to go actually to Virginia Commonwealth, right? Mm-hmm. And then Shaka Smart moved, and so then you were released. How did you end up here? This is not Virginia Commonwealth, and you're from San Antonio. How did you end up here?
Well, it all started with, as you said, getting released from VCU and opening back up my recruitment, and then some colleges really reached out, but only could take 3 more visits. So I didn't really take my third, but the first one I took was the Boston College, and I liked the people there, but the facilities and everything else just wasn't for me. But I came here, the people, the facilities, the coaches made me feel like family. The players made me feel like family already, and the people were just amazing to me. And so just being an outsider coming in and just them embracing me just on a visit was something I felt was really special.
What was your, people back home saying? Minnesota, what?
Yeah, they were asking me, like, do you know anything about Minnesota? And I was like, very, very little. But, I guess I'm going to find out. I had to broaden my horizons a little bit, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and you look at what you've been able to do here. It's been remarkable basketball, Henry, watching him play. We won't have you pat yourself on your back. We'll let Henry do it. But just what he's been able to turn himself into.
It's been awesome watching him, even before I moved back, watching him from afar. The fact that, the thing I loved about Jordan is the fact that when you know that you're going into a basketball game, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a double-double. You're going to get consistency. And see, a lot of times when it comes to college basketball, you don't know what you're going to get from young people. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out there, you're getting the points, you're getting the rebounds, being consistent, and the effort. That's the one thing about you I'm going to always remember is the effort that you gave every single night.
That's pretty good pat on the back.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, now you had a remarkable stretch of durability, 130-plus games straight. Didn't miss anything until the NCAA tournament this year. Back spasms knocked you out for basically the entirety of the Michigan State game. How tough was that? Because without you, I mean, the Gophers were in a big hole. Walk us through that now that you've had some time to,
Uh-huh.
get the emotions out of it.
Yeah, it was something where, like the game before versus Louisville, I was very, very tight after a fall, and I was like, okay, I can try to play through this. I can try to get through it. And then, of course, the night after that game when we won, I was laying in my bed and I was like, I tried to get back up, and I couldn't. I really
Really?
couldn't. I couldn't put on socks or shoes for a good day or two. Like
You're
I
kidding.
couldn't practice, and that more of the Michigan State game, I was determined to play still, even through all that. So I tried to get loose, tried to run around a little bit, to shoot around, and I said I was gonna at least try to start and try to see how it goes. But in the middle, like during 4 minutes ago of that game, I was like, I can't move. I told coach I can't
Wow.
move. I can't do anything out there. I'm more of a hindrance than helping y'all. So I told him I'll just take me out, and then that was it.
And for me as a Gopher fan, that was the toughest thing to watch. Is the fact that this is a guy that's been durable his whole career and doesn't get a chance to go out on his own terms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was kind of frustrating just for all of us as fans to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, some consolation, I guess, is you certainly got some time back on the court here in front of Gopher fans this
Mhm.
weekend. As you mentioned, you took part in the College All Star game at US Bank Stadium, then playing at the mall for cash. And you said you got some of that
Yeah, I
cash.
got some cash, but not a lot, but some. So
All right. How much fun was it, though, to come back and kind of have this opportunity to say goodbye and get on the court one more time and not have it be the way it ended at Michigan State?
it was very, very fulfilling to me. Honestly, it was really gratifying just to see that I still had so much support after that last game, and for everyone to come out that they did at the mall and at the U.S. Bank Stadium, I was really, really excited. It made me smile a little bit too much, so I kind of lost focus a little bit. But it was really fun just to see that the fans still love me here and they still have some appreciation for me.
All right, Henry, him being a pro, playing for the cash at 3-on-3, a lot of things to think about there, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he had the weekend of being in the All Star game on Friday, and then trying to get the dollars here the last couple of days in the 3-on-3, and now the next step for you is going to be going out there working out and showing that you're good enough to be able to professionally make some money too, which I think you are.
All right. The one thing you have to do though is pick a group or an agent to represent you.
Mhm.
How was that, and who did you end up settling with?
That process was very, very stressful on me and my parents, and it definitely left me up thinking. And I always get cold feet with stuff like that, so I'm just like, did I make the right decision? But no, I think I made the right decision. I decided to sign with Daniel Hazan and back in New York, and very good guy, very smart guy, very works really hard. So he's good at making sure I get whatever I need and just making sure my body's right, and he pays attention, and that's a good thing.
All right, we're going to take a break here, but when we come back, we're going to dive into the national championship game. There is a basketball game here to be played tomorrow night. Henry and Jordan will tell you who's going to win it all and why. Yes, you're going to tell us that.
All right, I got that.
You're going to put that up. Plus, the Twins looking to knock off baseball's big buck star, Bryce Harper. We'll have that as we continue here on Fox 9 Sports Now.
I'll be
Okay.
there. Maybe with tears in my eyes. Maybe we'll see.
All right, we're down to one game for the national championship. Texas Tech against Virginia. No matter who wins this year, defense definitely will win a championship this year, won't it, Jordan?
Oh yeah, I mean those are two of the best defensive teams in the country, so it's hard to bet against either of them.
All right, the play that everyone is talking about is the end of the Auburn-Virginia game. The foul that some say was not. Shamir Dowdy just got a piece of Kyle Guy with .6 seconds left, and Guy makes all three to get the Cavaliers into the final game. Henry, foul or not?
I wouldn't have made the call there at the end of the game. There was some contact that looked like, but that's a hard one right there because it's a catch and shoot, and he's kind of turning and angling. And it wasn't one of those like where he was the defender was in the space of where he's landing
Right.
with the basketball. So to me overall, you have to look at it from the standpoint of this: were they making that call during the course of the game? Were they consistently making that call? I really didn't feel like they were doing that during the course of the game. So I probably would have not blew the whistle.
Jordan?
That's a tough one, honestly. I think you can't really call that in the middle of a game to go to the national championship game. I think it's a really typical call for a ref to make, and I think that in that time span, in that period, in that point of the game, it's just really difficult for a team to recover from that with 0.6 seconds left. That's really hard to decide a game on that.
You guys had a game like that this year too,
yeah,
right?
we did at Nebraska.
Yeah.
That was one where we were all pretty heated at that one. So that was not a fun ride home.
No, so I mean, I can see your point for all of this. All right, for more on the matchup between the Cavaliers and the Red Raiders, our Pierre Nugent was at the stadium today, and he has more on the teams getting ready for that one shining moment.
Monday night at US Bank Stadium, history will be made in more ways than one.
It's going to be a dogfight, and it's on the biggest.
Spartans have got this.
Yeah, I really thought they had it for a little bit, but then they got cold. I mean, like you said earlier, they got cold and they couldn't really hit a shot. There was a lid on the basket for them.
All right, here it is. Time to make your selections. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think Texas Tech. I think they get it done because they, like Jordan just mentioned, one of the best teams in the country when it comes to play, defensively on the defensive end of the basketball court. I think they get it done. I think that Culver plays a much better game, and I think that their chemistry and the way that they're playing right now, I think they cut down the nets.
Jordan?
I gotta go Texas Tech as well. I mean, Virginia's a top 5 team in both offense and defense, but you heard what coaches said. Don't pick them and see what happens. So I can't pick against them.
All right. Well,
it's funny too, real quick, in that we've talked for the last few years about the one and dones.
Right.
There's no one and dones in this Final Four. All the 4 teams that we've watched play, they have veteran guys and they're experienced, and some of the coaches haven't been there before in terms of going to a Final Four. But there's been no one and done, so I know you can appreciate that too.
No, I can. I can definitely appreciate the experience aspect.
All right, Jordan. Well, on behalf of all Gopher fans, thank you so much for giving us 4 years of your time. Thank goodness Shaka Smart got a job somewhere else, or we wouldn't have you sitting here, man. It's fantastic that you came here and spent 4 years with us.
Oh, no, I was happy to. It's been a great experience.
All right, Henry, check him out, WCCO Radio.
Thank you.
9 o'clock starting time, Monday through Friday for Mr. Lake. All right.